Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a cool deck profile from a deck that has gotten support from Battle of Chaos. We're gonna talk all about Floowandereeze. Now the new quick play is arguably a fan-made trap, custom card on Dueling Book as you might call it. If you don't know what the quick play does, it is the biggest game changer in the history of support Yu-Gi-Oh! Has ever seen. It's almost too perfect to be real. Um, it's a quick play spell card. You can banish a winged beast monster from your hand or field. And if you do, it's a cost, so you always do. And then you can add any Floowandereeze monster or field spell from your deck to your hand, and then you gain 500 life points. So not only does it add consistency to the deck by adding anything you need, by banishing any winged beast, not restrictive to Floowandereeze, you can dodge stuff like effect failure, like infinite impermanence. You can add the field spell, which is also just super nuts. And to make it slightly more unfair, you get 500 life points, so you win in overtime, making the mirror even less skillless than it already was. So without further ado, let's talk Floowandereeze in February 2022. So to start things off, we still play the double M-Pen. I still think the 2 is definitely the ratio, especially now with the quick play spell, because once you banish anything with the quick play spell, let's say that you only have the quick play spell on one of the higher monsters, it's gonna suck because you do not have access to that monster for the rest of the game. I still only play one Apex and one Ryza. This card is just too important not to play 2 times in the deck, in my opinion. Thunderbirds, triple Robina, triple Egglen, double Stry, 1 Toucan. This is all very, I think, standard. Some people play two Toucan. I'm playing only 1. I think with added consistency, this is just completely fine. 1 Stormwind. Yeah, still legal, so we played. Triple Dimensional Shifter. It's just the best hand trap for the deck. Even though cards like Ghost Ogre are surprisingly good this format, I feel like this is just such an instant win card still that I would like to focus on these more. But there are definitely other options available right now. Ash, maybe even Droll, Knockbird, maybe Ghost Ogre, depending on like what you're playing. There's a couple of flex spots. This is one of them. This is how I feel it, but you can do it any other way. There are a couple of cards later in the deck you can take out as well for more hand traps. I play a triple map. Of course, you have to play 3. Triple, Floowandereeze, and the Advent of Adventure. Card's just nuts. It's not really that much to say about it. It's just perfect. It's actually weird that a deck like this gets this good of support, but because it's only fair. Triple Xtrav, I play Xtrav. You can also play anything else. You can play Prosperity if you own those, but if you do not own those, and this is a good budget option. I personally just really dislike the card in any deck except this deck, so I sold mine. That's why there's Xtravs here, but if you have Prosps, you should probably play Prosps. Triple Pot of Duality. Now, one of the other flex spots, I do play Dark Ruler no more. Since we do play less hand traps, we're gonna be finding often that we are not able to play through our opponent's board quite as efficiently. And together with the Shifter and the Dark Ruler, you have a couple of insta-win cards if you go second, which is very nice. And if you just go second, this deck is not gonna OTK anyway. So not doing damage doesn't really matter that much most of the time. And I think that this deck can play through stuff really easy and still set up a good board through the power of Rise of the Mega Monarch. So I feel like Dark Ruler more is a very good, solid pick. There's often times you can just tribute your opponent's board away or bounce it or get rid of it after using a Dark Ruler. And after that, you're in full control of the game, which I think is the objective of this deck, is to just get control of the game. Then I play Triple Book of Moon. That's the last of the flex spots. So there are like 9 cards that I think that are not mandatory to run that are in this deck. I still just like Book of Moon. It's extra protection. You're not always going to open this, and Vader and Imperium are still popular cards this meta, even though they're not really that good anymore, in my opinion. But a lot of people still run the cards, and I think that Book of Moon overall is still a really solid pick this meta, which is why I like to play it. Still offensive and defensive, and yeah, I think that usually just gives the value to the card. One for no reason, the Unexplored Wind's just a one-off. 1 called by, 1 terraforming. I had 1 flex spot in this deck. This card's still not banned. It's probably never really coming up, but if it does, it does. And even if you don't want to stall on this, you could just activate this, get a negate bait out of the way, or in case you know that your opponent plays a lot of hand traps, you can just activate this, start playing through their board when you're going second, and they cannot hand trap your monsters, and you're basically free to go. Which is why I found it was just a solid card to play, and yeah, that's why it made the cut. The last card is the Floowandereeze in the Dreaming Town. Of course, the only trap. I do not like the counter trap a lot. It's just a little bit too much for what it really does. And the extra deck is kind of arbitrary. I will show my picks because there is some thought put into it, but of course we're just playing extra / prosp. The chance that you will be summoning out of the extra deck is still there, but it is kind of slim. Let's talk extra deck. I play one Linkuriboh in case, one Almirage in case. Yeah, I play one Win on one Era because all of our monsters are either wind or fire. One Phoenix and one Unicorn, so we actually can summon into something in case it comes up. It's better to have the option available than to meme around and not have it. I play Wind Pegasus in case we get Dogmatica Maximist. Play triple assembled for the memes, I guess. One Downard. Double Zeus. I just have extra Zeus, so I just put them in this deck. Then I play Nova in case we get Maximist, so we can summon off Mechaba in case we get Maximist turn 1. There's still a lot of Dogmatica Invoked running around, even with 2-Deer Servant. Still quite the deck. As for the side decking with this is kind of difficult. There's a couple of cards that you really just die to, which is a little bit unfortunate. Stuff like Lancia, etc. So what I would recommend for the side deck still, though, would be Lightning Storms could be really, really good. Harpy's Feather Duster definitely for sure. But something like Red Reboot just doesn't fit in this deck because there's no way you will TK through your opponent's board. Evenly matched at Cosmic Cyclone. Again, I did notice Lancia. Some people should probably be setting Lancia against you, and then those cards could really lose their value or even lose you the game in case you go battle phase, activate evenly, they chain Lancia. You're basically out, which is just a little bit unfortunate, but I still think those cards would be correct to use. As for more going second cards, what could you really need? It's all really depending on your local. Maybe you want to play Lancia, and be sure to notice that you will not also not banish in their turn. It's a card like Lancia, Drone Lockbird, some more hand traps, maybe even a Nibiru. Token Collector could actually be a good thing going first because you have extra Tribute Fodder, but do note that you cannot summon it in your opponent's turn because of the Floowandereeze restrictions. But think of it some cards like that, and yeah, let me know, how do you play the deck? Is it similar to this, or you still have no clue how to play it with the new quick play spell? Let me know in the comment section down below, and that was basically it. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.